Get up, get up. Hey. Show that progress, let them see it working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way. Put the work in. Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Alarm go off, gotta rise from the bed. Dreams don't move if they stay in your head. Feet hit the floor, mind on the mission. Small steps stack when you trust repetition. Some days green, some days red. Still gotta learn what the last move said. Can't skip rules just to chase that feeling. Strong foundation, put cracks in the ceiling. Show your work, let the progress talk. Step by step, let the whole thing walk. If you fall, get facts from the fall. Take that lesson and answer the call. No shame in being wrong. If you grow, no gain in moving fast with no control. Plan in your hand, eyes on the way. Patience gets paid when discipline. Put the work in. Show that progress, let them see it working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way. Put the work in. Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Pressure get loud, but the plan stay quiet. Everybody talks, only few really try. You want results, gotta build that range. Can't feel lost if you came here to change. Write it down, mark the reason. Strike the work through every season. If it don't hit, then review that choice. Clean up the noise, then sharpen your voice. Stack good habits like blocks in a wall. 1 week rule can't shake it all. So stay on script when emotions arise. Truth shows up when you analyze. No magic trick, no lucky lane. Just sweat, focus, lesson pain. Then one day they see what you made. Not from guessing, from the work you laid.
Lock in when it's boring. Lock in when it's slow.
Lock in.
Lock in when nobody sees.
That's how progress shows.
Learn from the mistakes.
Build from the sky. Follow the rules. Raise the bar.
Put the work in.
Show that progress, let them see you working. Wrong or right, still learn from the play. Follow the rules, then we move our way.
Put the work in.
Late nights, early morning, still searching. Win or lose, don't throw it away. Study the move, then come back the next day. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Lock in. Show work. Learn more. Follow rules. Stay ready. Put the work in.
Good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing this good Monday morning here? So look at that. I remember the music first thing. It's Monday. We're gonna get it here today. We have a lot of good things to talk about. Strike has added the NAS100 for us to be able to trade. That is one of the stocks, actually index funds and everything on the New York Stock Exchange. So they've given us another item there. They've also pushed the max leverage to 100x on 4 different items. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and Solana, I do believe. And then to 40x on ADA, Zcash, and a few others. Obviously, I probably should have had that up on my screen so I could have read that off, but it is down in the description. So they've added the extra leverage in a new asset that comes by the abilities that the new liquidity that was added a couple of days before provided there. And with that new amount of leverage, there will be more people losing money to the SLP, and more positions being opened, and the fees for those positions that are being opened will cost more. So that is a increase in the revenue stream for the Strike token for the holders and the stakers there. there is a potential an increase in revenue for the SLP providers. And all of that came because somebody else provided liquidity. So if you're out there and you want to get involved and try to find a way to let your crypto, your money, your stables earn you more rewards, go ahead, jump in, use the link down in the description for the Strike link there for the referral code. Go in there, you'll be able to deposit your funds via stables, via Ethereum, via Cardano, via Solana, via like your credit card, and everything to your account. There's a new deal here where we have like 5 different accounts that can be operated or by different wallets. That was just another one. So we'll get in there real quick and we'll look at these things. Coming over here to TradingView and Strike Finance app. So we'll come down here to the announcement section and see it here. So it said link multiple wallets to one account. Link up to 5 wallets across Cardano, Ethereum, and Solana to a single Strike account. Sign in with any of them and set which one is active to deposit and withdraw on its network. Open the wallet menu to get started. So that was the newest one. Then we'll look at the NAS100. So the NAS100 index, perpetual futures with up to 40x leverage, is now open. And then the max leverage, I'll get you the right ones here. So up to 100x leverage on Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and XRP, and 40x leverage on ADA, Hype, and Zcash. And that came because of the new $1 million in liquidity that was added to Strike V2. Half of that was a hedge bot, and half of that was in their own liquidity that added the abilities for the limit orders to be able to be processed better. So the more liquidity, the better the process, the better the trading, the less the slippage, all the rest of that. So if you want to know what we're talking about, here is the vaults. So I will have to say the increased liquidity, we're now at $1.4 million. We have decreased our APR to 84.45%. But if y'all remember what this was, it was somewhere around this same amount, if not a little below. I think we got to like $16 at some point, but that was when it was at its highest. Potentially that was like last month for the P&L. But see, P&L has gone straight up since the introduction of increased leverage. So the liquidity providers will be able to earn more. Now, at the same time, we are down to a 7% 30-day return from I think the high was like 12% or so. So that's a little interesting on that, but the P&L is still staying at a good $15-16 for my $160, $145, whatever it was that I provided to it about a month ago when I did my video that shows how to take I put Ethereum in Aave and borrowed USDC, sent it over USDCX, then I put it into Dano, and Dano's stuff went away, so I moved most of it over to here. So, you know, made 15-16 bucks so far off of $100. That's not too bad to let it just sit there and gain some value. And if you wanted to, you could deposit from your account here. So you have to deposit into your account, and then you choose what you do with your funds that's in your Strike account. You can either trade with them, you can deposit them into the Strike liquidity provider pool, you can go to any of the other verified pools here. There's a new one, that's the neutral drift that they've called this one. Let's see, what are we doing here? There's 7 positions, so we're 20x long on SK, HYNIX, gold, silver, ADA, oil. They're short on Sol and Hype. is what this one is. And it does have different open orders or other things. There's 98 orders on this one. I don't know if these are static orders or whatnot on this one. It says multi-asset grid bot on Strike running mostly neutral strategy with a slight bearish tilt. Places grid orders across a defined range, multiple assets with grid spacing skewed marginally towards the downside to capture volatility, while leaning cautious in uncertain on drifting markets. So that's what this bot does. If you want to add your funding to this bot for it to do its things, that's a community ran bot. The protocol vault is the Strike liquidity provider here. And then, like I said, the staking, that's if you own the token and everything. All of the opening fees of everybody opening positions and everything goes to paying the Strike holders, the token holders. There's 1,365 of us on the Cardano blockchain. With 21 million stake, that's 84.5% of the total supply is staked. And this is partly the team's tokens, because the team's supply is staked for them to earn rewards from the staking, and that's how they are paid. So they don't have to sell their tokens when they want some funding or other things to be like, hey, I made this damn thing. They just earn the fees just like we all do. So it would behooves them to have more trading occur on their platform, because that's how they make their money. Without having to sell the token to ruin the token or other things like that, because that's how liquidity works. But right now it's about 4.5% APR, and over their lifetime so far they've distributed $1.2 million. We just transferred over here, so we're at $641. And as the days go on, as the day goes on, the days go on, this number increases by every position fee that is opened on the platform here. So, I don't know what happened there. I messed with it. So, what we're gonna do today is, I only have $25 left in this account. I had some fun over the weekend losing some money. So what we're going to do is we're going to deposit funds. Okay. So we're going to deposit funds. We're going to deposit Cardano. And we're going to deposit 500, not 5,000, because there's not 5,000 in there. So we're going to deposit 500 ADA here. And then what we'll do is we'll come across here, so I don't put my password in front of you, even though it doesn't show it. But we don't need anybody trying any funny business. So, you know. So that's how Cardano is quite secure as well. When you do things like that, you have to put in your passwords for the wallets to do the spending. It's not just a click button like it is on Ethereum. I'm pretty sure that's probably how it is on Solana as well. Once you put in your one spending phrase or whatever, you can just say, yes, I want to click buttons, and it just occur. My experience with the Ethereum blockchain through running on Aave or OpenSea or the World Mobile Chain and other things like that have all interacted in the same way. I don't feel that is very secure, although if you're doing transactions over and over again, putting in your spending phrase does make it a little annoying, but that's the security behind it. That's me. I personally think that that's the way that crypto should kind of work. So, all right, let's get into the charting here. We talked 15 minutes or so about the application and where they're at and what's going on and everything. So let's go out to Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart here. Let's zoom out. Let's check some price action movement first. Okay, so let's just see what we were looking at. So last week we were down here. Let's see. This was the beginning of the month. So that was last week we were in here. So all we really did was Chop City. But Chop City did have good moves. Good move. Good move. Good move. Good move. Good move. That's all good trades if you can watch the market and interact with it the way that it, you know, when the price action occurs. So we were up here in a flag pattern, I do believe Friday or something like that. And I drew these three golden triangles, good lord, golden rectangles here as the different golden pockets for the different time zones that we were on. And this, I do believe, was like the 1 hour golden pocket, which was essentially from this low to this high, and it tapped the 786 of it, and it's gone from there. So this was not a golden pocket. This was a bullish order block that was down there. We still have our 4 hour golden pocket that hasn't been hit, but that was moved from here. So with it being there now, we have to go to the low, to the high, and not click the right click with your finger while you're trying to do it. So we go to low to high, and this golden pocket here is now here and extended down. All right, so that's from there to there. So that golden pocket has moved. Okay, and then we can lock that in place so we don't move it. And then we can say all of these golden pockets have been hit, taken care of. There's nothing that's going to happen any further with those. Okay, so now let's zoom in a little further. We still have a bearish order block that is up here. Okay, so what did we make? We made a lower low, and then we made a higher low. Okay, so lower low, now we made a higher low, right? And then what is this? This is a higher low. Okay, so change of character essentially was here. Okay, so this is kind of an equal high. This was a higher low. So what did we think were going to happen? We're going to go up. Okay, so we have now made a higher high. Check. Cool. Higher low. Check. This is currently a lower high. So we need this to break this area. Now let me undo all of that because I just put a crap ton of arrows all over the place. All right, so this is the lower high. So are we going to make a lower low? Are we going to come down here? And is the market going to come down? You have the market tensions on the world tensions going on. Some people have said Monday was going to be a horrible day because the stock market was going to go woo and all kinds of things, and we're going to see a 10% drop in Bitcoin today. And I don't know if any of you have seen all of these posts on X. There's some people calling for, you know, a bloody Monday and all the rest of that today. You know, honestly, okay, so let's look at it. What would a 10% drop look like today? That's almost to there. 10% drop. If we have a 10% drop today on Bitcoin, that brings us to 57. That brings us to the low. Yes, that's a 10% drop, but that doesn't cause a ridiculous issue. But that could cause a cascading issue to get us down into our buy zone here. Because if you do look at it, we came down, rolled over, or tried to come up, rolled over, tried to come up, rolled over. Now we did roll over. We had a bottom afterwards, you know, where you have, see where we tipped and just went up. We tipped and just went up. we tipped, went up, came lower, then went higher. This is why everybody is saying that we could come up, because this was the change. If we would have just tipped, kind of done like this, then most people would have been right that we would have just kept coming down. This is now where the market makers have made us question where we're at, question what's going on in the market. What are we doing next? So we still have this golden pocket up here between 71.9 and 76 that hasn't been hit. We have our golden pocket below us at 60,000 to 59.3. And then we have my buy zone that's down here at like 52 to 40, from 49.1 to 52.5. That's a buy zone. And then the dump truck level is down here, you know, 42 to 43.8. This is when my miner is no longer profitable. No longer profitable. No longer profitable. And honestly, they said that maybe down here is where they go, because we can trickle charge and everything else. So in my opinion, since I know that, market makers will push us to the brink of, you know, max pain. That's kind of what they look for all the time. So that's kind of the bottom there. And that would be another crazy, like, okay, so let's see. We just talked about 10% drops. What the hell is this? That's a 30% drop to get to the dump truck level. And if you look at that, that would be basically another kind of deal. No way that you go below this, in my opinion. You don't just there. I don't foresee us going any below the dump truck level. But you know, that's enough of the scared 4-hour chart. Let's zoom in. What's the 1-hour chart say? 1-hour chart shows a story of us going up, bounce a little higher, bounce lower. But we are still in an upwards momentum. So you don't fade the momentum with the upwards momentum going on. So you just be knowledgeable of the fact that you went a little higher and you came down, and now you created a lot of liquidity here. This was a lot of liquidity they created. They chopped it, they popped up here, took it, sent it down, and now they sent it down, they took all of this liquidity. So theoretically, they could send it for this liquidity, or this could be the rollover that they're looking for to complete this liquidity. Okay, so there's definitely an imbalance in this area, and then an untapped area down here that we haven't come back to yet. So that's why, like, this is all liquidity that people have been able to put in the market and not taken back out yet. So a strong drop sometime soon is what I am looking for. I just don't know if it's right now, or if we have one more pop up, but I kind of feel like we were looking for up here. This was the drop from up here, and this has kind of been the attempt to get back to it. And this was a good SFP of almost everything, leaving just a little bit. So, you know, the market maker may like some of these. This may be some of the market maker up here having these long, you know, short positions, and they may be defending those short positions as well up there. But let's see. Let's drink some water. Stay hydrated. 5-minute chart here. Let's bring our indicators back up from Chart Prime and LXO. The 5-minute, we're not supposed to use LXOs, but this is Chart Prime. If you want to use Chart Prime, this is an awesome indicator. It has 7 different indicators on one indicator. So if you don't have the premium version or whatever, the Prime Oscillators Pro is basically your RSI, your money flow, their own premium indicator that's 7 different indicators in one. There's all kinds of different things. You have SFP indicators, you have automatically placed bearish and bullish divergences. There's all kinds of things that you can choose there. Links in the description, by the way. That's a referral code, so you help out the channel there. I've used ChartFrame for years myself. And then you have the MVP Oscillator Pro that's down here. This is a little different like ribbon function and other things there that gives you some more insight on where the market is and everything there. So like we're at the kind of the top of this zone here. We are rolling over. This would be a bearish divergence on the MVP and on the RSI. That's bearish. So if anything, we have signal for lower to come down to here at least, potentially. So y'all can see that. Kind of what I'm looking at here, if you ask me. You do have run, you have, this is open. This is interesting up here. Lots of wickety wicks. Nothing is screaming one way or the other. You're at the VWAP. So, you know, you're kind of, you came into the VWAP, so we could look to reverse out of the VWAP, but one way or the other, we haven't really aggressively gone through it or below it. Y'all have any questions out there? I see a couple of y'all are here live with me and everything. If you have any questions, let me know. You want to say good morning, you need to say good morning and other things like that. So that's the 3 minute or 5 minute. Let's see what the 3 minute says. 3 minute. This was a good level here to long from into it. This was SFP of this area.
Okay, plan B.
Don't see anything. We're still kind of rising on Bitcoin. We could be trying to come back up here. This was a pretty large order block area, almost like the kind of the whole thing, just better, because it did so much volume in this area. All right, so let's look at Zcash. I've been liking Zcash. Zcash has been following Fibonacci's quite well. If you can see here, let's go out to the 15 minute. So we were following this channel, and we did come up and tap this channel. We were looking for it to come lower in here. We shorted here, and I think we came and tapped here. Then we were looking for this short. I do believe we longed in here, cleared our long, and then missed the short. That was from the SFP and the tap here. Missed the short here. Now we are looking for a rejection and further. We're looking for a rejection of this area, this low. Which is also kind of the VWAP, because the VWAP is definitely hard coming down here. We came in, SFP'd this whole range, and then just rejected off of this. So let's look. think that's been completed. Low to high. Yeah, we're like in the 887. So that one doesn't. And if we go from here to here, we're right back in the golden pocket again from there. That was its retracement. So we could look for order blocks. And if you don't know how to find order blocks, you can use the Market Dynamics Pro from Chart Prime, and it will pull up your order blocks and give you even more data and information if you want. So you can see your soft order blocks. Well, they all seem to be soft today. Where's any louds? Anything? They're all soft. Nope. Nothing is hard or your money flow POC, according to it, is up here at 557.93. That would be coming back to tap this. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Like the market would want to do something like that. So essentially what I was looking at is coming back up, money flow POC, and down. You could see that potentially, you know, come down here. That's not really how that works. I do think we're coming down from a little bit of a high with them. I do think we're coming to this 470. I think that's the 382 of what we were at, and that brings us down to a larger you know, retracement deal where we come down here and then we're coming higher, because this is the 382 of this range here. Apparently I haven't gone out this far in this chart in a minute. Let me delete some of these. Head and shoulders here is kind of what I was looking at. That's the inverted head and shoulders is what I was talking about there. It's kind of gnarly looking and other things. We do want it to really kind of get up here in the $600-700 range and then run. But at the same time, you kind of have to understand that we still haven't come back down to this golden pocket down here yet. From this move from the low here at 360 to the recent high. The golden pocket is in between 431 and 397. And that would, if it gets there, then it would break the 382. But the 382 is a high, like, jumping point on the Fibonacci. So you tap the 382, then you're gonna go. Oh well, Bitcoin is going right now. I don't know what would have caused that. Interesting. So see over here, Bitcoin is ran. Good running there. What are we running for? Do we have any news? Let's see if the good old X can tell us if there's any news going on. We are definitely freaking running. Too bad we weren't in the long. Damn, what is the news? Somebody tell me what's the news. That's a hella candle. What did we agree to? A stoppage at 7:30. What do we? No news. Market is definitely moving. That was a whole 5-minute candle. Nothing but up. Whew. That's a good short range. No, leave that alone. Damn, Bo. Coming for the loud? Coming for the loud up here? There's the whole pocket that I had just drawn that it needed to go to. This is the golden pocket from the local high to the local low. At least it was. I thought. Apparently I drew that wrong. Oh, that was just the order block. That wasn't the golden pocket. That's right. That was just this order block range that I gave here that it needed to come back up to. This is the loud one up here. There's a lot up here, and it could SFP. And if we SFP here, then we would definitely look to short, because this is at the top. This is at the top. Let's see what the 3-minute is at. Even the Alexos indicator is red. But you don't fade the pump like this, especially not knowing what the news is. I don't see any news on this. That's an SFP. Almost full SFP is here. We are above. That's up. Money flow just went green. Ooh, buddy. $64.8. Yeah, that's a good short zone there for sure. We got to make sure that we're not going to just run right through it, but it sure doesn't look like we're going to run right through it. But it sure looks like it wants this up here. That's also the value area high of this entire range. See this entire range. Area high. But you don't try to catch the falling knife. It's not even falling yet. Like, throw the knife up, and as it's still going up, we're trying to figure out where to catch it at. But this is good. Too bad we were not in this long here. I don't know. I don't see any news yet. Oh, it's 7:30. What was the market news? Let's see. Market watch. Nothing? No, we don't have no data? Really? This is the data we have today? Leading indicators? There's nothing for Tuesday or Wednesday? Then we just have weekless job. What? That's like nothing. Maybe this is an easy trade week? Because all the data came out last week, but just no events on 2 days? A holiday or something? That's crazy. SFP here on strike on this 5-minute chart here. Starting to turn here on the RSI. Those two are going to come together here. And it's looking like it. It's looking like it. It definitely ran. No, no, no news. Nothing's come up on any of the news channels I have on X. Y'all have any news on the reason why we went up like that? What are we? That's almost 1%. That was 1% in 9 minutes. 1% in 9 minutes. Woo. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's jump in. $30, 50x. Jump in. All right, we're in. We're in a $30 50x leverage short. All right, now let's put our stop 65.050. 65? 7, yeah. 7%. No, $7. $24. What? No. That is? Yeah. Because that gets us above the S&P. No, we entered like a drastic short. We need to come down some. We don't need to try to lose that much because we're in a 50x, not a 20x or 40x. We did enter. It does look like it is kind of trying to come down, but we didn't wait for structure. We just press buttons. Press buttons. This is rolling over. Maybe. We press buttons. I didn't wait for any news. Yeah. Well, that's up. Right? Yeah. I know I'm right. I know we're going down. I just don't know where we're going down to or from. You know, we're going to go down a little bit. We have too many fair market value gaps right here. Also have no explanation of why we just popped up like we did and other things. Sure feels like we should come down here, at least back. So if we come over here and we draw, now we went up, we had a top, we had, here's a local bottom, local top. Essentially come back to where this just came from to be the 618, tap and then go again, probably. So see, 64 261. 64 261. That's gonna be our take profit there. So we'll see if we can come back to that there. Come on down. Come on down. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. No, wrong way. Wrong way. No. I don't want too much. I just wanted a little bit back. That was too aggressive. What is anything? Anything? No. No reasons.
Humans, what have you learned?
Nope. Nope. Too bullish? Too bullish? That was bullish though. This is very bullish, but this is just like it was too fast. Looking like that was the toppy, and you know, at least come back for it a little bit. All right, give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna send y'all to a commercial, and hopefully I come back before it is done. Are you still stuck with your big wireless? Overpaying? Are you locked in a contract? Were you buried in that fine print? Yeah, I thought so. Ditch your carrier. Switch to World Mobile today. We have no contracts, no early termination fees. We play no games. We have plans that start at just $15 a month. Bring your crew and you get a discount on top of that. Up to 4 lines or more, and you're saving 30% each line. Are you paying full price? I sure am not. I got my built-in VPN, my encrypted connectivity, my identity protection. Your old carrier, they give you excuses. We give you control. Stop funding the outdated networks. Own your own connection. World Mobile. Switch to the smarter network. Man, look at that timing. And we're about to watch my trade close. I should have waited. I should have waited for the SFP up here. The SFP up here is where that short should have been placed. I don't think that we're going to get that lucky and miss our stop loss here. Honestly, that was probably an overzealous short. Monday morning, didn't really wait for confirmation at all, because our money flow is green. Money flow is very high. No real alerts on the Alexo indicator. I kind of just took it as a wick where we thought we were over with, and that's not how you trade. You could get lucky, sure, but that's not high value trades. So I didn't really do that correctly, but I sure could have gotten lucky on the damn stop loss here, potentially. But you never know, honestly. We're starting to roll over, hard roll over, above the whatever this top and bottom line is on the MVP oscillator here. We're overbought. Through 7 was flat up in here. That was another reason why I shorted. But like, if this comes down further, that's when we should have entered, because this is an SFP of almost this entire range here. It's an equal high and then down. That this is the wick. If it stops and goes down and whatnot, you could go just a little higher and it stopped me out, and that would be where it was looking for. That should have been where we entered, not down freaking here like an idiot. Like, yes, press buttons. Yeah. Oh, happy Monday, everybody. You know, that's why you put your stop losses in. It's only $3, so that's why I only put a $30 position in there instead of 100. Could we get so lucky? Could we get so lucky? Char Prime said come up here, you really idiots. 54% of it. 54% of it up here. Loud order block. Didn't listen. was too overzealous. This is now bearish divergence starting, with all of the rest of your indicators starting to roll over. This is where you start to look for the short instead of so overzealously in it down here. So don't do like I do. Do it on the applications that I use, but don't follow me, because I'm still trying to learn here. Still coming back to these things and watching in the future, seeing what I did wrong, how it worked, how I could do better. Because right now you have a bearish divergence that's starting. It'll come back up again. It'll SFP this. It'll close out my trade, and then it will go down. That's how that works. So let's get over here while we miss on that trade or whatever. Let's get over here and show you Ace Cellular. So I gave you the commercial about it and everything. So I am a distributor of World Mobile's cell phone service, whether it be in the United States or across the world. So I would like for you to use the link down in the description. Go to acellular.io and sign up for World Mobile's cell phone service today. If you're in the United States and you have a newer phone, you have 2 eSIM slots. So if you want to actually try it out without losing your number, without porting over, without trusting that it's going to work, even though I have used it since September of last year, it works better than AT&T or Verizon in the Houston area. The surrounding area. I work on an ambulance. There have been many times that I've used my World Mobile phone to call in a report to the hospital because I could not get a good connection with my Verizon or AT&T that was intended for the first responder services. I've been in the woods. I've been, other things, and the World Mobile's phone has worked better. I've been in dense city populations where both phones said they have signals, and the AT&T or Verizon one was not actually working because I guess the network was too congested or other things like that. It said I had a signal, didn't do anything. So that's on its working ability, but also at the same time, it is not a surveillance cell phone service. They inherently cannot see, they do not log, they cannot produce information about you because they don't know anything about you. They don't take your name. They don't take your social security number. They don't take your address. They don't, all of those things. When the information comes into the telco stack that it uses, it doesn't inherently log who you are, where you're at, your GPS, all of the rest of those things. All it is trying to do is say, does this DID number have minutes? Can they run on the network? Yes, go ahead. That's all it is. That's all it does. So a little bit about Ace Cellular there and everything. Let's go back to the trade. Did we get it? No, it's not. Oh, it's close. It's close to closing us. There's the SFP that we would be looking for, though. Right about in this area is what we would look for. It's only $3, so it is what it is. Would hope that it would go down and grab us and give us a couple of dollars back. But, it is what it is. 653. Well, guys, it's been a fun day so far today. If you were in this in along from down here, congratulations, GG's, and everything there. I implore you to go on over to Alex O's channel here in about 5 minutes and get over there. I do need to go. It is Monday morning. We have a little different things going on at work, so I got a report I got to do and submit before 8:30 my time, and still have to get ready and be able to move and all kinds of dumb things. Market is looking quite bullish right this second. I have no news on the reason why we had this jump whatsoever. Still no news kind of deal. But, congratulations to the people that were in the long, and don't follow me. It does look like it wants to roll over here. Definitely now is more of what you would look for in the market structure. For a rollover from here, especially coming into market open here in about an hour and a half, or hour and a half is when market opens. So definitely looking for that. So y'all I think that's it. Just talking about the vaults. You know, you can come over and supply your funds from a Solana wallet, from a Cardano wallet, from your credit card, from Ethereum wallet, your Aave LP, your Cardano USDM, USDCX LP from SundaeSwap. The DeFi Escape is getting much more competitive. I saw that Liquid was reducing their lending require, like their APR for borrowing. I think they've reduced it by like 2% over the last couple of weeks. So it's getting more competitive when the APRs come down. There's more liquidity out in the market. So it's pretty interesting. But, you know, get in here, get some trades going, see if you can't lose some money like me. You know, hey, y'all have a great day. I'm going to send y'all out with a different commercial, though. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Ever feel like everything you do is being watched? Don't let the big three creep on you anymore. Switch to Ace Cellular with plans starting at $15 a month and get your privacy back.